I didn't know like a lot of people, except for a few friends, but I wasn't really that close to them because in 8th grade I was like really quiet, and I stayed to myself. But I started to get along with like a lot of people, and some of them weren't the right people. And I started to turn towards bad things. Like I wouldn't tell my mom anything. I became like very quiet. I separated myself from my family, a lot of my friends, and I started doing gasoline. I started huffing gasoline because that was the quickest thing to get to. Like, and I had no other way of like letting out my emotions except for crying. But you know that gets old after a while of crying, constant crying. So I turned towards drugs and pills, popping all these pills and stuff. And but gasoline was the worst thing like I could have ever done. It was an easy high and it was a really quick high, so I took that. It was before school, it was after school, it was any time my mom got me frustrated. I went out to the garage and I started huffing gasoline. I decided like after that, since like I thought it was my own fault, I didn't tell anyone anything. So me and my parents started getting in a lot of fights because I didn't want to tell them what was going on. So I became very defiant and I didn't listen to him. And my friend at school, she goes, Crystal, she's like, you look like a zombie. Like, I was like, drugs was never my main thing. I mean, I never really thought about doing those. I mean, I remember when I was little and they used to show us like slides and like videos of, it was actually when I was in elementary school, middle school, they would like show us like, videos of these kids doing drugs and stuff, and I'm like, I will never do that. And all of a sudden I'm in that situation like, oh my god. Actually, after Beacon and after coming home, everything started getting a lot better, and I stopped talking to a lot of the people. I mean, I saw them in the hallway, like a lot of the people I used to be involved with, but I started to separate myself again, but not in a bad way, in a good way this time. I became friends with like the smarter kids. Like I had like a better choice in friends, I guess, and I was a lot happier. And I ended up actually telling my mom what happened, and she started crying. She couldn't believe it. My family and I, like, we started to get closer again. We were happier.
I I wasn't allowed to work. I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. If I went to the grocery store, I had to take the older kids with me so they could report who I talked to and what I did. I had to wear sweatpants all the time or pajamas. I wasn't allowed to make myself presentable. I got a haircut maybe once a year. There was just a lot of abuse on every level, physical, emotional, mental.
I ended up incarcerated for making the wrong choices. That's where I met my case planner, and she worked with me the whole time I was incarcerated till I got out. When I was released from jail, she suggested, other programs to help me get custody of my son back. At the same time, help me with my addiction problem, which I had at the time. I didn't want to, but I knew it was the best thing for me to do. So I signed a contract to become a participant to Oneida County Family Treatment Court. And I graduated the program within 10 months.
I left because he was into bath salts, and he would go on 3-day binges where he wouldn't eat. He wouldn't come out of the basement unless it was to argue or pick a fight. And he had a gun that he pointed at the kids and I. He took my phone, the internet modem, any means of communication outside of the house. He took all of that. And he made a mistake and left the house phone on the computer desk when he came upstairs to check on something. So I went into the bathroom and called his mother and asked her to call the police, and he was arrested, and that was my starting point. That's too much. The kids can't see this anymore. He's not going to change. I spent a long time asking myself, what are you doing wrong? What is wrong with me? Why can't I make him happy? And I finally realized it wasn't me. It was him.
In the very beginning, we were at our bottom, Relationship-wise, family-wise, we were destroyed. Getting into the program, working with my case planner on a weekly basis, she encouraged, like I said, a lot of different programs. She encouraged, parenting classes. She encouraged outpatient treatments. Just about everything she thought was a good idea, I took. I took every single extra optional program that she encouraged. I saw that, everything helps. There's nothing that can hurt me.
Kids Oneida coming to my house twice a month, I felt like I always needed something. I needed to have something good to tell her when she came to see me. I needed to prove that I could do what I was supposed to do as a mother. A single mother.
When we needed, when I had internal problems with my son's mother, she was there. She offered counseling services, and we took them. Her main priority was my son.
I was supposed to start just part-time a few days a week, and I was only there for a week, and they asked me if I would work full-time. And I started at the front desk just as a receptionist. I'd never worked in the medical field before. And 3 months later, they asked me if I'd start doing more technical stuff, doing photos on patients, testing, just things of that sort. And I only did that for 2 months, and then they asked me if I'd become more of a full-time technician. And I started that a few months later, so now I'm an ophthalmic assistant. My strengths are my children. They push me to be who I should be and who I need to be for them. I want them to be like me. I want them to see what life is really supposed to be like.
They always do say that, when children are born, there's not a book that comes with them. So parenting class helped me a lot. We never wanted, and we don't want our mistakes to ever impact his life, now or later. Today, my life, I would have never thought I'd be where I'm at now. And that just speaks for itself.
My name is Juliana, and I've been in Kids Oneida for about 2 years.
When I started working with Juliana, she had some aggression issues at home.
I was really naughty. The behaviors that I had that were negative was running away.
I can't imagine what it'd be like to have one of my children run away on me when they were upset with me or couldn't express themselves with me. It's a very scary thing to have to happen. I can't imagine the family trying to deal with such a thing.
Anybody that she had to go and talk to was to let them know, wait a minute, I'm a person, I have feelings, there are some things that I'm not proud of, I own what I own, but let me show you what I can do.
Linda helped me with a lot of stuff. It was more of just letting me know she was there, somebody I could talk to. She let me know some of the things to expect, gave me ideas and things to try. And once December came, I finally opened up to her that I was an addict, because I had denied it all along. And once I told her that, I was so afraid that she was going to judge me for it or be mad at me for it, and she just told me it's okay. I'm proud of you for admitting it. I'm proud of you for putting yourself in treatment. I'm proud that you're actually doing it. And I was like, wow, this woman is not going to judge me for anything.
Okay, I'm honored. I'm honored to say that I made a difference in someone's life.
It makes me feel happy because I get to be with one of my friends, and it's really fun.
It really touched my heart.
3 words that best describe Karen are kind, loving, and caring.
Maybe some of the things that I've experienced in life wasn't the same thing as what she's experienced, but I I can understand how she may have gotten there because she shared her story.
She gave us a voice. In the very beginning, we were too weak to stand for ourselves. You know, we had no direction. We didn't know where to start. She showed us the way. She showed us the way to start. She helped us build the strength we needed to make those choices for ourselves for the rest of our lives. I'm like, well, why don't you draw something, you know, that, you know, resembles how you feel, you know, about, you know, her being part of your life. And he was like, me on a beach, the sun shining. And I said, that makes you what? And he said, that makes me happy.
Everybody deserves to be happy.